leaving for the flight. He was like, I have a flight tomorrow.
Oh, well then, okay. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, fucking, you're an idiot. And Emma's like, I don't know how to do it. I don't have my mechanic. And yeah, it's annoying. And then we're with
Sav and Danny. And Danny, and Danny, like, helps Sav pick up his books, and Sav is like, thanks, man, what do I owe you? And Danny's like, huh? And Sav's like, you haven't read the Anti-Grapevine? Chantay wrote all about your date. And Danny's like, oh, cool. To which I say, Danny, you know that you were being a dick on the date, right?
And and Sav's like, yeah, she kind of made it sound like you were cheap. And he's like, what?
Which, like, he kind of was.
Yeah.
Just split it evenly, man.
Yeah, she was like, they were at least like going to go Dutch, like splitting it evenly.
Split it evenly.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, I don't know. I'm a big believer.
If it was going to be $4 each anyway.
Exactly.
Like,
plus, like,
it would be
a
big difference if it was like, you got like the $20 entree and I got something that was like $10. Like,
exactly.
If it were that kind of a difference, then I get it.
If there's a huge discrepancy, I understand, like, doing it like that. But also, like, if you're really good friends or, like, you're, like, in a relationship, I feel like just always splitting it in half is fine, because then you'll get the other person next time anyway.
Yeah.
Just split it in half. I don't know.
Whatever.
I like splitting it in half. But I just think
it's also just easier.
It is easier.
Especially if you have credit cards, just drop it. Whatever. We're splitting it. Just fine.
Split it. It just makes life easier. But it was also $4.
It was $4 Danny. Anyway, then we're with Emma, who's getting real defensive about Kelly not being there.
Yeah, because Holly J, like, straight up is like, where's your boyfriend? And I was like, not here, is he?
Not here. Yeah, and she has to, like, give this presentation. And
she's just like, just turn on the video, and walks away.
Yeah.
She's struggling.
And then we're in class with Danny and Chantay and people. And Danny brings up, it must be relevant to the lesson, but I wasn't totally paying attention. And he's like, on a date, should you split it evenly or pay for what you got?
And some random guy we've never seen before is, like, fully defending Danny. And Chantay's like, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just, like, posing a question. And this weird random guy's like, sounds like you don't like the answer. But honestly, I think they're both wrong, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she was like, I was posing a philosophical question on my blog. I, like, wasn't mad about it. I don't know. I was, like, pondering. But I was like, I mean, sounds like you were kind of mad. But it's because he was being stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then we're back with Emma, and, like, Allie and Claire are asking all these, like, all their questions are not about bikes. They are about college. And Allie wants to know about boys, because of course she does. And Claire wants to know about dorm parties, which doesn't seem like a Claire question.
Yeah.
Like, why does Claire want to know about dorm parties? What's happening here? I feel like Claire would be asking about classes.
And Emma, like, starts flipping out. And she's like, university isn't as great as you think it's going to be. And it's like, you're broke, stressed, lonely, blah, blah, blah. And she's, like, playing the world's, like, tiniest violin right now.
Just the littlest violin. And then this is where she tells Snake that she is flunking out. And then Snake
is like, maybe let's talk about the bikes. And she's like, I'm failing, Snake. And it's like, oh, boy. Yeah. Just airing her dirty laundry in front of the whole entire, like, assembly, basically. Which is very Emma.
Classic Emma.
But then we're with Danny and Chantay, and he's like, sorry, I was being kind of a dick. And she's like, yeah, sorry, I, like, put this online. And it's like, let's agree from now on. If we have a problem, he's like, if you have a problem, take it to me.
Well, no, first they fight.
They have a fight.
First they have a fight, because she's like, if you have a problem, take it to me. Don't air it out in the beginning of the thing.
And he's like, well, why are you posting about it on the blog?
And I don't remember what he says, but she says, no, but you might be a jerk, and then storms off because Chantay, fuck yes.
Yeah. And then Emma's hiding out at the Dot, and she orders a fucking hamburger with bacon, and Spinner is like, no, I'm not going to let you do that, because he's being a good friend.
And is this where Spemma starts? Because I hate it.
I don't know. I was like, because I knew that it was a thing, I was like, oh no, I don't like this. I don't like this interaction.
I know.
But Emma's like, are you happy? Like, when everybody, like, went off to college without you, like, did you feel left behind? And, like, da-da-da. And he's like, kind of. But, like, now, like, I'm in this cool band, and I have Jane, and I have all these friends, and, like, I'm doing really well right now.
I have my own apartment.
And I'm very happy. Yeah. And she's like, I'm jealous of you. And he's like, you'll be fine. Like, don't worry about it. Blah, blah, blah.
And he'll be like, just do what makes you happy.
Exactly.
And then Holly J is like, at least you didn't take your clothes off this time. And Emma was like, LOL, right? Remember that? And Holly J was like, yeah, but you were pretty cool.
Yeah.
And was like,
and
she's kind of a badass.
I was pretty badass, wasn't I?
And she kind of was sometimes.
She could be. And then we are with her and her parents, and she wants to, like, full-on drop out. And they're like, what are you doing? And she's like, Manny went to Hollywood. Liberty's in a sorority. And I'm like, that doesn't mean you can't still talk to her, but okay, whatever. And she's like, I want to help people. I want to take a gap year and just, like, do my bike thing. And just I want to go to university, but Smithdale's not really for me. And it was all about Kelly, and now he's gone. And now I didn't fit in there, and
she's like, I want to help people, but, like, you can do that with a college degree, Emma, but okay, fine.
Yeah, she just wants to take a gap year and figure her shit out and, like, maybe go somewhere else, which is, like, okay, fine. And then, like, I think Spike says something about, like, if you really want to help people, like, do you really need a guy? You don't need a guy to do it, or I don't know. She says something, like, fabulous and reminds us of why she's our feminist icon. And because, like, Emma, I guess, because I think she's feeling, like, weird about continuing her bike thing without Kelly, and Spike is like, no, you can still fucking do this. And she's like, okay, yeah, I can. And it's a nice moment. And then we're with Danny and Chantay, and Danny's like, hey, I got tickets to Fritz Helder and the Phantoms, which I'm like, is this supposed to be like a Fitz and the Tantrums knockoff? I don't know.
I have no idea. I just wrote, what is the name of this band?
And Chantay's very excited about it.
And he's like, I got it this time, which, like, all right. Or,
yeah.
you know. And I'm like, this is nice, but also kind of bland. I don't know.
And she's like, all right, great. And she's like, and from now on, I won't post about our shit online either. Like, they're like, both admitted to their faults and made up, and it was nice. Like, sure. And then Holly J is a goddamn doll because she arranged to have everyone donate their old bikes. And Emma's like, what did you do? And Holly J was like, I'm always the best forever. She's like, I'm Holly J. This is what I do.
It's her whole deal.
And they're like, and Emma's like, yeah, okay, well, I want to keep in touch with you. Like, blah, 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 gonna do my bike thing.
My blog thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Which, honestly, Emma, if you can write it, you could make a lot of money just doing vlogs, and you don't need to go to college. So,
it's true.
Cool. End of episode. Then that's the end. But we do have a YouTube comment.
So this is from Leopold Stotch 1 year ago. It says, goddamn, that soundscape was so bad. It sounded like Ross's music from Friends.
True.
That is an accurate description.
It was like, it literally sounded like something Ross would make. All right. Spirit Squad captain of the episode. Holly J.
Spinner.
Getting shit together.
Spinner.
Oh, yeah, maybe Spinner for being like,
yeah,
you're going to be okay.
I think Holly J and Spinner tie.
There you go. It was such a low stakes episode.
Just extremely. It was just like nothing. It was just a nothing.
Ship of the episode. Spike and Snake still going strong.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Teaming up to parent.
Yeah. Moral.
Be yourself and
Be yourself.
Follow your convictions. I don't know.
Do what feels right. This episode was just like, but I don't know.
This episode was nothing.
It was like it was empty calories. It was nothing.
It was.
Yeah, I don't know. Do the right thing. I don't know.
Sure.
Whatever.
You don't need a man to go save the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Talk things out. I don't know. I keep trying to find something and it's not happening. All right. Grapevine. I know we have an email to read. So we have an email from Kirsten, and she has a couple of questions for us. And the first one is, who are your dream guests for the podcast? Drake.
I mean,
anybody from the original cast.
Drake for sure. Lauren Collins.
Adamo.
Cassie. Stacy.
Miriam, and like literally
anyone
anybody
from the original
cast.
But I mean, I feel like Drake and Lauren Collins are pretty tied for us both.
I feel like Lauren Collins would maybe do it if we could like get big enough.
If we could if we could find some way to convince her that we're worth Skyping with.
Exactly. Yes. She was on Who Weekly.
I know, but Who Weekly is more popular than us. Tenfold.
So, yeah.
Tenfold.
But it shows that she's open to talking about Degrassi with people.
Yeah, which is encouraging.
Yes.
I don't know. Should we ask people to tweet at Lauren Collins, or is that going to be super annoying?
No, I don't want to be that annoying, but whatever. Okay, the next one. What are your ship predictions or wishes, without using spoilers, for who you want to see get together in the next couple of seasons? I don't know. Claire has to find someone better. I mean, I feel like she doesn't. I feel like she finds someone even more dramatic from what I have gleaned.
Yeah.
But
I just want Claire and Allie to be happy.
Yeah, I hope Allie... Actually, I have a... Well, this is based on another episode that we watched
low-key
later.
ship Allie and Dave, too.
Yeah. I'm kind of on board for that. Because they also both... we'll talk about that when we get to that episode. I don't know. Right now, everyone's kind of shipped up with people that I'm, fine with.
Yeah, I don't really have any problems with any of the relationships.
I don't know what... Sav and Anya are always, dramatic as hell, and I'm wondering if that will ever change. Or if they will ever date anybody else.
I hope so. I hate them.
Yeah.
I liked them at first with their sticker books, and now they're a nightmare.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a real answer for that question. And then the next one is, would you rather Jay take a weird, never leaving the show, still relevant for 15 years role than Spinner?
I mean, I want them both.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to I love that Spinner is still around.
Would love more of Jay.
But I would just love more of Jay. I don't know. I don't know if I could choose between them. And then honestly, tell us how you'd write off Casey if you could. That's all we need. Oh my God.
I would just have him disappear into nothingness. I wouldn't kill him off because I feel like people would be sad and I don't want Casey to be beloved.
I would have him just get into therapy and move away.
Yeah, realize that this has not been healthy for him
Get
at all.
out of the dramatic Degrassi universe that he is in, and move away and start over with a really good therapist. Just fucking leave. I need you out of my life.
Just leave, Casey.
And that's it. So thank you, Kirsten, for emailing us about that. And if any of you would like to be featured on a future Grapevine segment, you can tweet at us at DegrassiPod. We're on Instagram at DegrassiPod. You can email us at whateverittakes.podcast@gmail.com. And we're on Tumblr, whateverittakespodcast.tumblr.com. And you can listen to us pretty much anywhere you can find podcast streaming. But if you're on Apple Podcasts, if you can rate, review, and subscribe, that would be super cool. And if you leave us a review, we will make up a Degrassi fan fiction starring you. So leave your preferences in the review. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Hollandtacular.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at KelSucks with a Z at the end. And I'm going to recommend a podcast that's new. It's called I Only Listen to the Mountain Goats. And it's Joseph Fink from one of the creators of Welcome to Night Vale. And he literally just spent a couple days at the lead singer of the Mountain Goats house. And for season 1, they're just going through every song off of one of their albums and talking about them.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. And they're just getting really in depth into everything. And it's really good. And they have a guest on every week who will talk to them about the Mountain Goats. For their first episode, they had John Green of
YA fame.
YA YA fiction fame. And it's really fucking good. It's just a goddamn delight. It's just really fun. And then at the end of every episode, they have a different band cover that Mountain Goat song.
That sounds really cool.
It's really cool. So in the first part, they play the actual song off of the thing. And then at the end, a band covers it. In the first episode,